Hi, everybody.
What's up,
How are
everybody?
you? Okay, we got a lot going on today. All right, a lot, people, a lot. I hope everyone had a happy weekend. I know I did. So today we're going to talk about Steve Harvey responding to Katt Williams in his own way. I'll put it that way. You should have saved it. We're also going to talk about Bernie Mac's daughter responding. This Katt Williams stuff is going on and on and on, people. This is not stopping. And then we're going to talk about the Rickey Smiley gay rumors. That is a lot.
Yeah.
And I think I got everything. Yeah, I got everything. All
No,
right.
but what I was gonna say, the Cat Williams thing is not gonna stop Sharrell because I think
Oh my
he
God.
opened it up by coming out on Club Shay,
Uh-huh.
opened it up for discussion. Things have been said, people overlooked it, here or there. But when he dropped all the stuff he dropped on that interview,
Uh-huh.
it got the world talking.
He really did, didn't he?
Hmm.
My goodness, I cannot believe we're still talking about it. And it's getting juicier and juicier and juicier. Okay, hold on. Let me put this up here.
Yep, you got people running scared now.
It's crazy. It's really,
Yeah.
really crazy. Oh, I got 3 minutes. Let's wait. Um, oh, okay, I can talk about this. So you guys, here goes old Val. Katt Williams came to Vegas. I was supposed to go as a Christmas gift, but I was really sick. You guys remember me and Perry both were sick over the holiday. Oh, Val went. She's a comedian. She knows them all. So there she is with Katt Williams, Mark Curry. Look how tall Mark Curry is. How tall would you say he was? He's
He
tall.
might be what, about 6'3", maybe, but Val only like 5 feet.
No, I'm 5 feet. She's taller than me,
Oh, okay. Nah, I give her five.
right?
Yeah, not about much. 5'2".
And she kept trying to tell me who this guy was. I still forgot his name. Oh, wow. I cannot think of his name. He's some big comedian. Sorry. Maybe Val could put it in the chat. I don't remember his name. Does he look familiar to you? He's a
No,
younger comic.
no, I don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know him either. All I know is Cat in the Hat. Remember he said that was going to be his name and they made him change it?
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Red Grant, somebody said. I think that's it. Let me look. I don't know him. I'm so sorry. I don't recognize you, uh, Red Grant, but I know the face. But if I seen him and he wasn't standing next to Val, I would say, where did I see him before? So I'm sorry. I hear he's really, really funny. Anyway, so the world of comedy is getting darker and darker and darker. Well, they started it by talking about Cat first. Cat just finished it, and he of all of them, and he probably the best than all of them. Thank you, all things, Nella. I appreciate that. Okay, so look, so I kind of know a couple people in the world of comedy, right? And I'm sitting up here and I'm talking to people about it. It's the talk of everywhere. I mean, even between other comics, they're talking about it. Like
Hmm.
we're not just talking about it, the blogs and the audience just not talking about it. They're talking about it because it's really divided up into two different sides. It
Right.
really is. You got the people that's down with Steve Harvey and his crew. I'm gonna put Rickey Smiley over there, and then you got Katt Williams and Katt Williams people. Okay.
Yeah, you basically got the ones that sold out and then the ones who didn't.
Oh, well, uh, yeah, that's interesting what you said, Perry. Okay, so it's really a dark place right now, comedy, and so I'm talking to somebody, and they say that I say, "Do you think Steve Harvey's going to respond?" And they said, "No, he can't." And I said, "Why can't he?" And they said, "All the stuff that Cat knows about them." And I said,
Right.
stuff like what? Because y'all know. See, when you're a blogger, you got to know how to ask the right questions. I was like, stuff like what? Just the stuff. Nah. What stuff? We ain't here to Rickey Smiley being gay? I said, what?
Yeah. No.
No, I swear to God, I never heard that. No, like never. This person says to me, well, name me the women you've seen him with. And I went, Portia
That was,
Williams, but she
yeah.
just, she was just working with him. I don't think I've seen him with any woman.
Yeah. No, it's just been like the rumors. Somebody said it's been rumored Portia Williams and then Claudia Jordan, right?
Yeah,
But the whole thing is, I really never gave it too much thought
I really didn't.
of him. And
So this
then
person,
as you was on the phone just talking, I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, well, what? And then I just started thinking, could it be true? I mean, people say
well,
that
okay,
he,
so let me finish, Perry, because you about to tell it all. Somebody said, well, there's been rumors going around for years that Ricky's on the down low. And I was like, I've never heard that. I swear I haven't. And they got other stuff. Other Steve Harvey allegedly has done other stuff, mean stuff to other people. He said for days that like he's really been doing some shady shit. Thank you, D, for the super chat. I appreciate it. So I'm like asking around, have anybody ever heard that Rickey Smiley's on the down low? And they were like, yeah. Where you been? I said, I can't believe it. They said, but I don't think Steve's gonna respond. This was this morning when he responded. But I think he's going to run a smear campaign against Katt Williams, but I don't think it'll work. And I said, well, what kind of smear campaigns? And then they were like, just check out all the negative articles that are coming out about Katt. That's a part of the smear campaign. Mm-hmm. And I thought, okay. So I'm looking, and there are articles like he hit a child. They're just explaining some of the stuff that he got in trouble for, which was in the past. It's all coming from 2009 to 2016. But then I come across this article about Rickey Smiley saying that he's not on the DL. And this just came out. I thought it was a weird coincidence. My first thought was, are they trying to get ahead of the story here? So according to these rumors, there's been rumors going around that Rickey Smiley's on the down low. Now, first of all, let me say this. I don't care if he is, if he isn't. I like Rickey Smiley. I know a lot of other comedians don't. I didn't know a lot of other comedians didn't till I started talking to them. They don't. But according to the rumors, Rickey Smiley was accused of being on the down low. And according to the rumors, it all started with Fantasia Barrino's boyfriend, Antoine Cook. But this is a while back. So why are these resurfacing? I don't understand. And I just don't trust anything I hear these days, because these sides are going to start running smear campaigns against each other. It's a mess. I mean, I asked Ricky to leave it alone. We say everybody just leave it alone. It's not going anywhere. I don't understand why this story has creeped into this week. What is so fascinating about it? Katt called him out, but Katt's been saying this for years, so that's not new. So I'm a little confused about why the story isn't going away. What do you think, Perry?
Well, you know what, Sharrell? I think this. For one, Katt called out the industry.
Uh-huh.
He called out the comedians who did him dirty.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, when you add all these people in there, it's not going to stop, because if he mentioned 4 comedians, they respond, he's going to have to respond back to that. Then you can have the people who feel guilty or feel embarrassed because he called them out, and then they're going to come back and try to respond to clean it up. Then they're going to try to attack him. It just goes on and on, right, to make him the villain. You see?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, in my opinion, he was a man for standing up and addressing it and letting it out.
This is a mess. Now there's rumor out there now that Rickey Smiley's on the DL. Okay, so this is a mess. This is a mess. But anyway, so listen. So Steve Harvey, what time is it? Yeah, this is gonna be a short video, okay, Perry?
Okay, yeah.
Steve Harvey addressed it but didn't address it. Let's get into Steve Harvey. And he's playing games because, Steve, you know that these rumors are out there. Either you're going to address it straight up or you're not going to say anything at all. Stop it with the subliminals. Just stop it. So first, he posts this. Hold on. He posts this on his social media, and it says that I don't have to respond to the haters. But what are you doing? You're responding. So he
tell nobody nothing.
So at the top here, he says, you don't have to address your haters. And then he plays this clip from his show. It says, hey, Sharrell, Tasha mentioned Rickey's man before. Oh, Lord. So it's
wow.
Oh my God. Oh, this is getting too deep for me. This is too deep. I still like Rickey Smiley. I don't care who you sleep with, but wow. It's wow. Just whoa. Okay. Wow. Let's listen to so he posted this and it says, you don't have to address your haters. And then he played this clip. Listen to this clip.
Oh no, you ain't got to tell nobody nothing. All you got to do is be it. You ain't got to say, you don't have to open your mouth. You don't have to do it, man. He prepares a table in the presence of mine enemies. He do it all the time. All my haters, I ain't got to say nothing to them. They got TV. They can cut their TV on 7 days a week. All that hating, he on there. Oh, man, I don't even worry about it. You know, I've learned how to handle haters, man. And the only reason you have haters is because you're effective. You have haters for two reasons. You're doing something that they're jealous of, or God is preparing to take you somewhere and the devil is providing opposition. Those are the reasons you have haters. God is about to do something and the devil has to throw opposition. Those are the two reasons you have haters. I got plenty of haters. When I get them, man, I always look and see what God finna do. Like I got somebody really attacking me right now. I mean, really going after me, man. I'm just waiting to see what God gonna do. Because they're gonna have to get on. Now, everybody that came after me before, you eventually had to get on. Because they can't listen to me, man. Can't nobody stop what God got for you. And nobody, there ain't a man living can stop not one thing God got for you. Don't even worry about them haters, man. Just all you got to do is just keep shining. They see you. You ain't got to say nothing. And plus, how they gonna hate if they don't watch? They on my Instagram page right now watching, see what else. I don't even post nothing. I got people do that. I don't even, really. I can't stand you. You always. I ain't even posted, dog, tell you the truth. So I just let them hate, man. And that's all you got to do, man.
He said he doesn't post.
Right.
And he has people to do that. You fired your people that did that, remember? You fired her. Anyway, so he posted this, and I think this is a weak-ass response. This is weak, because you have to address it. People are accusing you of stealing and being underhanded and just being a low-down, dirty person. So that was the first attempt. Go ahead, Perry.
Yeah, because he gave two reasons. That's only two reasons they come after you. Two reasons they hate. He left off the third reason, or fourth, you being a hypocrite and a damn thief. Right? It could be other things. See, we can count higher than two. So, I mean, all this behind it, you don't got to say nothing, but you saying a lot to say nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you saying a whole lot and trying to one up. I got people to post with me. Okay, that's the problem. You kissed enough ass where you got enough people to work underneath you. But it's how you got the money. But go ahead, Sharrell.
And then he went on the show and he brought it up again. Let's see if this is it.
Again.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
he made that posting and then he said this, he referenced this in the show. So his nephew is a producer of a show called Ready to Love. And so he's talking to nephew Tommy about his show.
Hold it, Tommy. Hold it, Tommy. So you a comedian, you a radio host.
Yes.
And now you got a game show? I'm finna go on Shannon Sharp show and accuse you of stealing my whole damn career. I thought you were supposed to go on there and enlighten people.
See, that's not going to work for me. You said you weren't going to talk about it. You said you didn't have to address the haters, but what are you doing? And you're laughing it off like it's no big deal. No one believes anything Shirley Strawberry says. She's about as big a liar as you are. And so this is not working for me. Either you're going to address it or you're not. What are your thoughts, Perry? Because he ain't done.
Oh, yeah, you know what? He just blowing smoke, right? And Steve, yeah, please do that. Put your money where your mouth is, okay? Take your ass on Shannon Sharp show because you just talking. And, oh, you got a game show, you got that. Yeah, what about the jokes you stole? Okay? Now, you can come on and what you got, but you got it off other people's backs. So, I mean, is that something to be proud of? I guess so. I don't know where you grew up, a little small place in Mississippi somewhere. Ain't never had shit, and you run around just kissing ass and doing whatever, bootlicking.
Then he go ahead.
I mean, you know, it's fitting this thing. He's like one of these bootlickers. He's not this kind of man that just stand up. He just come and realize he can steal and lie to you. Anytime he get caught, now he looking for God to be his bodyguard. God ain't have nothing to do with you stealing this shit and acting the way you acting, bootlicking and doing these things, Steve. Now you want to just act like, oh, God, the Holy Ghost. Has God got your woman back yet?
Oh, okay, Perry. Perry, let me stop because you on a tangent. Then he closed this radio show off by saying this: be careful when you hear something that's laid out to be the truth. And because the person that's telling you what they said is true, is speaking eloquently, don't be deceived by that. There are some people who know how to lie so well, they know how to sprinkle in just enough truth and wrap it inside their lies, where they got you thinking someone is telling the truth. Beware of those people. This ain't gonna work for me either.
Sharrell, he just describes himself.
Oh my God.
That's what I just said, but he just had somebody write it for him.
It's not going to work for me. Either you're going to come out and address it or you're going to leave it alone. But these little small innuendos that you're doing, why? It makes no sense to me. Either you're going to address it or you're not. And so you're just beating around the bush and playing head games. Come out with it, Steve. And all of these little innuendos that you put out there, not once did he come out and say, I didn't steal those jokes.
No, you got a point. He damn sure didn't.
Never. He never said it. So I'm looking at you sideways. Why can't you do that? You got time to give us this BS speech.
Mm-hmm.
You got time to make jokes with Tommy.
He running around campaigning, acting like I'm unbothered.
Yeah.
And your panties all in a knot right now. And you don't know what the hell to do.
You think he's bothered?
Huh?
You think he's bothered?
Of course. If he wasn't bothered, he wouldn't speak on it. He wouldn't have to speak on anything. But he's throwing it out there so people can say, oh, he responded. See, Steve said this. Steve didn't answer the question. Did you steal those damn jokes or not? We don't seem that you have. You can't fake it. But now you want to just take it, change the narrative. Now you back into the Bible, chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all this craziness that you're talking. But he's just full of it. And I'm glad Katt came out. And you know what? Katt should do another interview somewhere else, or wherever else. He can go back to Shannon Sharp, whatever. We need to know more.
Yeah, I do too, because this is not working for me, Steve. And it's wrapped in head games. Okay, you want to say that he's wrapping the truth with lies. You're wrapping head games. Either you're going to do it or you're not. But all of this is unnecessary and cowardly. He named you by name and called you straight out. He didn't beat around the bush. And
his ass in a closet peeking out. Is it safe to come out now? Steve, get your punk ass on out of there.
Oh, you think he's just gonna? Well, he just went back to work and act like nothing happened. But this is not going away. Have you noticed that? It is not
No,
going
no,
away.
it's not going away. And I don't think it will until we get a whole bunch of more information. And
Mm.
what he about ready to let happen is a lot of his baggage gonna come out.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying here. So now they're getting ready to play the media game. I
Mhm.
don't even think it's Katt's side. It's Steve's side. He's gonna try to put out bad press, bad things about Katt. See, I told you he was bad. I told you he was bad, but without being a man and coming straight to his face saying, "Oh, you want to accuse me of this? What about when you did this?" You know what I mean? Does
Yeah,
that
could
make
you
sense?
imagine how many comedians Steve's paying right now to go out there and speak for him because he's scared to do it for his damn self?
I don't know if he paying him.
Well, I'm
He
just saying
might be, but I know
it
there's
would,
a smear campaign getting ready to
it
start.
would not shock me. Most campaigns aren't free. It wouldn't shock me if he do it to try to clean his name or smear Katt. See, if he do it himself, now people are gonna look at you and force him to answer questions. He can go to the other comedians. Yeah, go and tell him this, what he did to you, and all this crazy shit. You know what I mean?
I just believe he's just getting away with so much.
Well,
So much.
it seemed like it right now, but we know more about Steve within the last week than we really actually knew.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because now I'm starting to really sum him up and know exactly what he is.
So look, let me tell you this. Steve Harvey backstabbed Bernie Mac, and everybody knew about it. We all knew about it. I don't think I've seen a couple of clips when Bernie responded to it, but he didn't go into overdrive. He just said he didn't get it.
Mhm.
I can't trust him, and that's some low down stuff. So he was very eloquent with it. But he quit talking to him. We all know he stopped talking to Steve Harvey. What really bothers me is when Bernie passed away, Steve was crying harder than anybody else in at the damn thing. He was also the guy that left what's it, a pallbearer?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. Acting like he didn't backstab him. Then they're saying he went to Bernie's high school and got the gym named after Bernie. He's doing the most after he has passed with somebody you really did dirty.
It's all for show, Sharrell. And then he cried because now he ain't got to keep running away from Bernie Mac. See, Bernie Mac had him frightened that the world gonna love Bernie and realize Steve ain't worth a damn or funny at all, right?
Mhm.
Now he could have cried because he's a showsman too, right? He'll fake it like he faked the Bible scriptures and act like he's such a great father, and you know what the hell he done did to his kids and
Mm,
ex-wives, right?
mhm.
Like just balled them up like toilet paper. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Let's
yeah.
keep it real. A man like that, I can't respect it. And I don't money is just a material thing.
Mhm.
But money can't buy pride or morals. And it don't really seem like he had that many, right? So
I just feel like he's disrespecting the Mac family even more. I really do. Like, just leave Bernie's name out of it, please. He's not even here to defend himself. Leave him alone.
he's still
Anyway,
he's trying to clean up everybody knowing that those two didn't get along. So he's trying to change the narrative because now he's the only one can speak.
that's terrible. Oh, that's
Just
terrible.
saying.
Anyway, Bernie's daughter came out, and this is what she said.
So I keep getting lots of contact about my thoughts on the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay. The interview heard round the world. And I don't know, my take is probably going to be really, really boring. Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, you know, stuff like that. So I don't know Katt Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him. I thought the interview was hilarious, entertaining. That man dropped so many one-liners that I'm sure we are going to be wearing down to the ground in this year of our Lord 2024. But one of my biggest takeaways in watching people's responses was how people were kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad, like outside of being, tickled by it. And I've seen people say stuff like, it's like watching, your uncles go at it and you're like, oh, why can't we all just get along? Well, I mean, because everybody doesn't get along. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about comedians, and I guess it's due to the fact that what they do brings so much joy to others, that the perception, the expectation is that behind closed doors everybody gets along, everybody it's love. And no, it's not. They've always been competitive. It's always been, as far as I've ever witnessed in watching my dad, it's always been kind of cutthroat. Like, you'll have people beefing, like same as within your family. Just because y'all related don't mean y'all all get along, right? Comedy's no different. But for me, Katt Williams has my utmost appreciation and respect for giving my dad his props and his flowers. And I felt like it was genuine. There are some people who have given, my dad his flowers now that he's dead, that I'm looking at like, doggone well, he wasn't doing that when he was alive. And that not...
I didn't mean to interrupt. I had to stop. You know who she talking about.
The hypocrite.
Seve Harvey. She's talking about Seve Harvey. And I think that the Mack family is just being graceful in handling this. Because if it would have been my family, I'd have been talking. You fake it. You wasn't acting like that when he was here. Mm-hmm. So she's very respectful. And she's been an image of her dad. Let's keep listening.
Just famous people, just people all across the board. As my dad used to say, you ever want to be loved by everybody? You ever want to be special? Just die. It's real easy to give lip service when somebody dies and they were so wonderful. And that's not how you felt when they were alive. But when Katt spoke of my dad, for me, I felt his heart. I felt that it was genuine, and I appreciate it. Again, it's been 15 years since my dad's been dead. If you follow me at all, I've said this repeatedly, like, it does my heart good to know that my dad was a stand-up guy, that the man that I knew him to be was who he actually was to people, because that's the thing. Like, we can love people and think they one way and then find out later no. And I say, like, in 15 years, if he was an asshole, somebody by now would have been like, let me tell you about that mother. So that is not the case with my dad. Makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate what I believe the genuine love and respect that Katt Williams showed my father. It is so much appreciated. Much love and mad props to Katt Williams. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with Katt Williams, because I think that would probably be the most entertaining and gem-dropping conversation I probably would have in my life outside of conversations with my dad. So yeah, so that's my take. Like I said, probably boring, but that's what I thought. Again, much love and respect to Katt Williams.
Perry, why won't she just come out and drag the hell out of Seve Harvey?
It could have just been, I'm not sure. Maybe just how she was raised, and her father had been gone, which say 15 years now. Mm-hmm. And maybe she still want the closure, just to move on with her life, I imagine. But and just listen to her touch, just saying how proud she was of her father, just not hearing the bad things, good things about him. Mm-hmm. That might be another reason why Steve envied him for his
envy Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
why?
His comedic skills. Mm-hmm. And Bernie Mac seemed to be a good father. A man. And people envy what they don't have within themselves.
Ooh, you're right, Perry. Seve Harvey seems very jealous-hearted and selfish. Mm-hmm. And you could just tell that by the treatment of his ex-wives. Right. No, by the treatment of his children, the two twins that are not speaking to him because they said you dropped us and picked and adopted three grown ass children. Lori Harvey and them were grown when he adopted them and just left us by the wayside. Steve Harvey has a lot of soul searching to do.
Right. He's shallow and a bootlicker. Anything for shine. You know, I imagine back in the day when they had tap dancing, he'd be the first one out there on that white stage doing it. Lips just as glossy. Out there just tapping his ass off. Because, you know, Steve would do anything for $1.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how he measure his worth. Because he can't measure it off relationships, marriages, familyhood, being a father, and things like that. So he got to come out here with these suits on, with that 70 mustache, and
the toupee.
Yeah, you know, and just come out here basically and just a shoe shine in front of everybody. Look at my money. Look what I got. I got this ranch. I got this beautiful wife, this beautiful daughter I just picked up that came with the wife, you know.
Yeah. And so I wanted you guys to hear this clip about Bernie Mac warning other people. If you're a comedian, don't tell your jokes in front of other people. Listen, I feel that when Bernie passed away, he also was a victim of Steve Harvey stealing his jokes. I just have that feeling. But take a listen.
With me all the time. You know, she's seen my stuff, my new stuff, and all that kind of stuff. Especially when I do my single dates, and I'm trying to school her. You don't do your material around a lot of comedians. That's like stealing in front of the police. You don't do it. They mean well, but they sit on the side. Ooh, that's funny. Next thing you know, you see it on HBO or something. You be sitting at home. That shit mine, you know. But ain't nobody gonna believe you. First come, first serve. You know. So when you do new stuff, you never. I'm telling you, for you comics coming up, never bring your stuff out in front of a house full of comedians. You will never work a lot. Especially established comedians like myself, you'll never work a lot. I got too much pride. I can't take something that ain't mine. You know what I mean? I can't go up and say something ain't mine. The kick about going up there is making people laugh about something that you wrote.
He's absolutely 100% correct. I wanted to comment on this. Somebody said in the chat that Bernie's daughter has class. Bernie Mac had class. See how he handled that with elegance and grace?
Right.
He could have hit Bernie in the mouth. I mean, hit Steve in the mouth, or talk trash back, or started a beef from going from interview to interview to interview. He didn't do that. He was one of a kind.
Yeah.
He could have wrote a whole show dragging Steve Harvey as a comedy skit. He didn't.
Yeah. And then another thing, he could have just learned growing up around other men that, you know, you're going to have your cowardly men. You're going to have these men that, well, I don't want to really call them men, because ones who lacking of manhood, like
no integrity. That's what I call it.
Yeah, exactly. So when you know that, you just know, well, hey, I had to keep going, because there's many of Steves out there too. He ain't the only one. He's the one with a lot of money that we're talking about today, but it's a lot of them.
Yeah. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of back and forth going on from the two different sides. We're going to have to shift through who we think is telling the truth, who we think is lying. And so they're trying to bring up old cases from that happened in the past from Katt Williams. I just wanted to present another side. A lot of people say that Katt Williams has a good heart and that he helps other people by physically giving them money.
Yeah.
Lots of money. He didn't answer Shannon Sharpe when he said, did you give the Migos some money? And I believe it was $300,000 or something like that. And he didn't really answer. He gives people money, he helps them out, and then he doesn't talk about it. You know, some people want it for reward.
No.
he doesn't talk about it. Hi, Demetrius. He said, people trying to call Katt crazy, like he said, to impress their gatekeepers. DL Hughley laughing in comment section. See them comedic scramble?
Yeah.
Comic scramble. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. They're going to try to make Katt seem insane. Just out cuckoo crazy. That's why I wanted you guys to just listen to this 2-minute video of Sherry Shepherd. In this video, he's going to talk about how he doesn't do his jokes anymore in front of other comedians. It's almost the same as what Bernie said. It must be a rough world out there, okay? They will feel it. And then she also talks about him being a giving person. Just take a listen.
One of the most dynamic performers. I talked about Katt is. But I talked about last week because I did Club Quarantine with D Nice, and I went up on stage because I hadn't been on a long time, and I bombed. I had to get on stage to work out my stuff. But you don't practice your material on stage. You do it at home. How's that work?
Kind of like prayer works.
Really?
Yeah, prayer is something that's really private, but because of how private it is, that's how you know it's actually working, because that's the only conversation I had about it, and now it's fixed. And so comedically, I have that type of relationship with my fan base, where we've been in this 20-odd year conversation with one another. And so I'm able to keep my jokes out of the hands of comedians much easier by doing it all in-house.
Okay, I got it. You know, this is another thing that a lot of people don't know about you, Katt. You are one of the most generous people that I know.
No,
you are.
No.
So we're not even gonna argue about that, because you will send people money, they don't even expect it. You know, well, I'm not talking about the ones who do expect it. I'm talking about the ones that, like, they're going through a hard time, and you've given them places to live, you send them money, you've gotten them homes, you've given people cars who need it. You don't blast it out. And we got to say a big hi to our friend Bone, who's doing so much better. You were so instrumental in assisting him. But you even did something that I thought was so phenomenal. You sponsored Melba Moore's Hollywood Star on the Walk of Fame. Like,
I have to stop it there because the rest of it is about 27 minutes.
Okay.
He bought someone a star on the Walk of Fame, Melba Moore, who deserved it. We know she had a little bit of a drug problem, allegedly. That's giving. So when all of this stuff comes out, because it's not going away, and you got both sides going at it, or maybe just Steve's side slandering him and stuff like that, bad people don't give you something without expecting something in return.
Right.
He's kind, and it's not his fault. This is. I'm gonna sit back and watch how they turn the tables around. It's not his fault that his jokes were stolen from him. But they're trying to make him the bad guy. You the one who stole, not me. It's a mess. It's a mess. But were you shocked, Perry, to find out?
Wait, no, yeah, because I have been seeing things like that, like him being given. Like, the thing that I see is that, how many kids did he adopt? Was it 8? I don't know. I don't know the exact number. Katt Williams had adopted
6
kids and took care of the kids. Who does that, right? Like, who gives little Boosie, I think somebody said 25, I think it was 15,000, just because he was going through a bad time.
Right.
His show, and just gave him an envelope. He wasn't looking for no press tour. Like, some people are natural givers, and some people just give. Like, let me say, with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey give away things, but not like money to people. He give away his families, his kids, those kind of things. Now, he'll give in that way. But I haven't seen.
You are so messy.
I haven't seen one person come up here and say Steve gave them anything.
I don't know why that cracks me up. You are a mess.
you got givers and then you got takers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some giving back to the community, helping people out, some taking jokes.
You're messy. You are messy. You are messy. So that's what we got going on today, people. It's a lot going on. I don't think this thing is going to be over for a long time. I forgot to download the Kevin Hart making jokes about Katt. I mean, that's just a punk move. If you know you did something or you got something to say to him, say it to his face. Come out and say, well, I'm mad at you about this, or you're lying about this. Say it. But don't hide behind a bodyguard, Kevin, and then try to talk trash on social media in front of your friends.
Well, you know, that's the biggest mistake he can make because Katt can roast. So just wait to one of his shows. Let Kevin Hart just do what he do, you know, do that Hollywood comedy stuff, and then let Katt wipe him up out here in the streets, you know. And then as far as Rickey Smiley that you talked about earlier, it never really dawned on me that could be possible. I don't know if it's true or not.
I just never thought about it.
I mean, but it is weird after all those years, you hear him on the radio and all these places, and not once have I really seen him photo with a chick, his new chick. And he got a house full of kids that a lot of cousins and aunts and stuff dropped over his house.
You are messy. You are messy.
I mean, with all those kids, I mean, where is the woman at?
Scary. Oh my God.
I'm not saying it's true, but it makes me wonder. And it's fine if that's if that's what he chooses, right? But as far as if he is or not, it says a lot. And then they, him and Tyler Perry wearing those dresses and feeling.
Let me take some comments from the chat. Perry, something is wrong with you. Wrong, okay? You know, TD Jakes married Steve. Oh no, I didn't know this. Married Steve and Marjorie while Steve was still married to Mary. Mary and Steve were going to counseling with Jakes. Oh Lord, Marsha, is that true?
I actually heard somebody on Storm Show, Essie Berry. I think she was saying that he never got a divorce.
Essie said on Storm Show, and you guys can go check out Storm Show, that Steve and Mary are still married.
Right, and that's why he got the gag order and all that stuff. But you got to go and check out Storm Show.
Yeah, wow, just wow. That's wow. I've seen some comments going kind of fast.
And I ain't surprised TD Jakes married.
Y'all are messy, Monique. You are messy. Sharrell, name one woman you seen Rickey with. I'll wait. His kids are all the way grown. I don't look at Rickey Smiley like that. I just know I like him. I hear him on the radio, but I don't even think about who he's dating.
Oh no, I don't have anything against him. It's like either if I hear him, it's not like I go and look for him.
Yeah.
Whatever. If I see it, cool. But I mean, when you was on the phone having that conversation, I was like, well, that's when I started thinking. I really never have. And never even questioned it.
Karen says, Kevin calling Katt an addict did it for me. See, I didn't hear this. Kevin had nothing to go at Katt for, so he hits below the belt. Ridiculous. I overlooked what he did to his ex-wife. Now, I'm being told that Katt does weed. A lot of it, almost like a Snoop thing. There's different kinds of weed and strands, but I never heard of Katt Williams. And I've talked to a lot of people. Remember, I was talking to even Steve's staff. They said he doesn't do like hard drugs. That's what they're saying. I'm still stuck on the ludicrous T, because why have there been 10 dang Fast and Furious movies? Luda and that Illuminati deal start seeming plausible. Okay, he did. Okay, so this has been happening for me in a small amount of time. First, somebody said that there was Illuminati. It was a somebody interviewing with the police. Do you remember this, Perry? And they was explaining that there was a black Illuminati called Bula. You don't remember? It was some white guy that was supposed to have. It was one of the alleged male escorts that slept with Puff Daddy. You guys remember this? I did this video a while back, probably a month ago, and he came out and said there's a black division of the Illuminati. I think he called it Bula.
Plasma. I know it was something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. So I'm starting to think, without a doubt, there's Illuminati because I don't know. I keep hearing about it. Hart, Steve, and said always leave buildings when Katt enters. That's what I heard. That's what I'm saying. You said you ain't gonna talk about it, but you mad about it. Well, confront him. Man up. Confront him. The light of God will do away with Satan's minions. I'm not even religious. Team Katt. Okay, Demetrius, I agree. Like,
they probably leave the room. They probably leave when he walk in too, because it's even I don't care what kind of criminal you are. It's hard to look somebody in the eye that you don't stole from.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's called the
other one that you flipped up was the right. I think.
Oh, these are going so fast. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh gosh, you guys are going so fast. Black Boule.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Is it Boule?
Yeah, it might be.
This is when one of the escorts got alleged Puffy's escort got arrested for something, and he started talking to the investigators. This was 5 years before this whole Puffy stuff came out, and he was talking about how Puffy is bi, and he also explained the Black Boule. And this is 5 years before any of this stuff came out. So yeah, I believe there's Illuminati, and it was explained to me is that a group of people that help each other out. Now, I don't know about the other stuff, the rituals and all that. I just hear is a group of people that financially help each other out. They keep their circle small, and they try to keep all the money as much as they can in the group. Now, I don't know what will possess Katt to say that Luda's in the Illuminati if he wasn't. Why would you just say that?
Well.
And it wasn't like he was drunk. He said all this in one interview. So if you're going to believe that Steve stole jokes from him and that Rickey Smiley went to an audition and didn't get the role, it was an audition, then you might as well believe there's a Black Boule.
Well, you know what? Like, I don't know much about all that stuff neither, but
me either. You
don't heard so much about it where there's smoke, there's fire. And people ain't coming up with these rituals, these sacrifices for no reason. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I couldn't be the one who do it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people, it's a lot of crazy stuff out here in this world.
Let's read this last one. In real life, Rickey is shady. It's just hard for me to believe, but Katt ain't saying nothing for no reason. So I make the airport. Everyone was speaking to him. Oh, so you seen him at the airport. And he turned his head, and said, "No pictures, please." Oh, well, wow. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to just sort all this out as this stuff comes in. We'll sit here and do like we're doing today, try to make some sense out of all of it. This is a hot mess. But anyway, so that's what I had to say today. I thought this would be over. I hope I'm not here talking about this tomorrow.
It'll be something new. I mean, for real, Sharrell, right now, as we speak, articles probably coming out. Somebody respond.
Yeah.
It'll be something
crazy. One thing I can say about Katt Williams, he's the Cassie. He told the truth, and then opened the doors, and everybody came through. It's really crazy. All right, you guys, thank you for listening. What?
Well.
Martin Luther King was a Boule?
Wow.
We got to find out about this. I need to find out about this Boule stuff because somebody explained to me that there was Illuminati. Maybe I'll go back and talk to her again. All right, you guys, please leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to click the like button on your way out. Perry, what do you got to say?
See you tomorrow because I'm sure some more stuff going to break out.
Oh, no. All right, y'all. Take us out, Perry.
Fuck this shit, I'm
out, everybody. Bye-bye.
Shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't